If you're studying Gregg Shorthand or have no idea what shorthand is, stick around and we'll do a little reading practice. Gregg Shorthand produced a lot of written material to practice reading and writing, and this is a book of fables that they published, and let's read through one. The Donkey and the Frogs. You can pause it here if you want to just read through it on your own and compare back and forth. I got it about line for line, or we can read through it together. The Donkey and the Frogs. A donkey carrying a load of wood passed through a pond. As he was crossing through the water, you can see through the is attached, he lost his footing and stumbled and fell, and not being able to rise with the weight of his load, he lay groaning heavily. Some frogs living in the pool heard his cries and said, "What would you do if you had to live here always as we do, when you make such a fuss about a mere fall in the water? Men often bear little grievances with less courage than they do large ones." Okay, so I also wrote it out in Gregg Simplified if you want to pause it and just look through it. So let's talk about some features here. Here it is in Simplified, and if you want to pause it and read through and compare some of the differences, do that now. And also I'll point some out here. For one thing, you can see that in Anniversary, which is older, it was more geared toward a British audience that didn't use that rhotic R. So C-A-I-N-G becomes carrying, whereas carrying uses the R in Simplified. And same with water. You see they add the R. A lot of times the differences in Anniversary and Simplified come down to less short forms and it has R's. This one I wrote out. This was a short form for being able, and in Simplified you can just do it like that. Fall, F-U, you add the L. You can see there's a difference between would, as in he would do that, and wood, as in, like a tree. So let's look at the difference in Anniversary and Simplified. In Simplified, you've got that R. Again, an R. You heard, this in Simplified would just be head. And in Simplified, we add the R so that it's a little more geared to an American audience at this point. Wata, becomes water. Lit for little in Simplified becomes litl. And fall becomes ful. Here's some compound phrases. Being able would look like this spelled out, but can be a short form of being able and Simplified like that. If you had, here's a phrase, and if we break it up, you can see the individual pieces. We do. I do think it's interesting how much longer it takes you to write out in longhand versus shorthand. So he lay becomes attached. He lay. Sorry, it gets a little blurry here. To rise. Well, I hope this was useful. Just a quick video for some reading practice.